Okay, so we have a Dell laptop that was sent to us with a uh, broken CMOS battery. So what we're going to do is rebuild that trace that's sticking off of there and resolder the battery to the contacts. Um, it's going to take us a few minutes, but hopefully we can get that done and it won't be too much of a deal. So we'll get started on that. Shouldn't have to take the board apart to get to it. It's got enough clearance, and we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so we've taken our silver pin here, and we've got it in just close enough to get that right here. Taken, pointed out. It's going to be right here. So we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to lie this down and reattach it. So the traces look fine down in there, and so we're going to say that this will reattach perfectly fine right there. So we'll see how everything goes after it dries, and see if it'll reattach, then go from there. Okay, so as we started working on it, we noticed that our customer system had broken battery holder, and the battery looked like it was suspect where it had gotten hot. So what we did was take a DV9000 battery holder and replaced it out. And so what we're going to do is see if this is going to actually fix the CMOS, which it appears it will be. We'll just put it back together and see how everything goes with that. Alright, so we're going to turn this system on and see what happens. Push the power button on the side. It appears it's booting up. And we have a Dell screen, which doesn't seem to be an issue that we had before. You know, but we have the CMOS reset there. So what we're going to do is let it start up and see if it'll let us set the CMOS. If it lets us set the CMOS, then we know that the battery's working. Most systems have a timeout when it comes to the CMOS like this, so this seems to be about typical. We'll just let it keep doing its thing. Hopefully it'll end up getting to where it shows us an option to go into the BIOS and set and configure the CMOS. Okay, earlier we had the time of day clock stop error, which we bypassed and fixed. Now we can see that when this system boots, it says time and date may be improperly set. That is because we have not set in the BIOS. We'll just hit F1 to continue, and we know that the system is starting the way it's supposed to. It's no longer hanging or stopping at the time that we had before, and this is due to a battery issue. There is actually a portion of the battery that supplies power to our system, and as we can see, this is sitting here ready to be logged in, and we see that it actually logs it in and everything, so we know that it works, even though the time and date are not set, which is a common thing right here. We have that. It's reset itself back to 2008. Simple fix and reset for our user. So what we're going to do is call this complete. It's going to be a complete system. It's going to be done. So we'll go from there and say that it's done, and notify our user and say that battery's put on there, time and date clock, air's been cleaned, and everything's good. We're ready to go. Our user has requested that we verify time and date, so we have changed everything in the CMOS to reflect the current time and date. We have it right there, so we know that the system does hold the information, and we do not have it plugged in. We're running strictly off battery, so we know that it does what it needs to do. We know that the CMOS and the carrier are working, so what we're going to do is finally call this system complete, and it's done. So that's this is a done system right here.